If you're hurt badly enough, you die. And I think that's the way it should be.
Number 10. Thermae Romi. So, you know that one Netflix series about ancient Rome you've flicked past a dozen times? Yeah, it's actually the second iteration.
もしかしてまたもやあの世界なのか
It's also not about soldiers or slavery or war or any aspects of the Roman Empire you might be accustomed to hearing about. This one is about how a Roman architect keeps finding himself in a Japanese bathhouse, which in turn inspires him to make wonders. Given how there's a version bathing in all that Netflix money, best make like Dogs of War and give the old version the slip.
弱気になっちゃダメよ私。せっかく入った会社なんだから。
Number 9. Persona Trinity Soul. While we wouldn't call the anime adaptations of the Persona video game franchise masterpieces, they can be fun, even if they dilute and compress the lengthy narrative of the games. The problem started when the anime began spitting out side stories in a bid to capitalize on the property and expand the lore in their own way.
伊藤さん、楢刑事からの続報。
Not only is Trinity Soul painfully boring and downright ugly to look at, titles like Persona 4 Arena and other legitimate spin-offs have completely decanonized it.
お兄ちゃん、傷つけないで。
Number 8. Air. We can't call this anime bad, it's actually really good. It's just a product of its time. And by that we mean a soft-hearted supernatural slice of life featuring girls with sparkly eyes. But that's our biggest criticism. The sparkly eye thing was at its peak here, and that's at its time. What was once innocent now comes across as kinda derpy.
おら、いそろ、何しげた顔しとるんや。あんたもなんかしたらんかい。ねえ。ゆきとさん。
The story still holds up quite well for what it is, but these girls are in dire need of a makeover. Emote with actions, not peak anime eyes.
今暇成人じゃなかったのか。
そんなこと信じてたの？勝ったな。
Number 7. Vampire Knight. It's okay, fangirls. You can admit your shame. We're among friends.
Drinking blood on school grounds is strictly forbidden. Has the smell of blood made you lose control, vampire?
For a time, this was the vampire anime, the one that balanced blood-sucking with forbidden relationships, gothic pretty boys, and a lot of brooding.
Kaname Kuran's blood should have satisfied me for a while, but still...
Needless to say, Zero had legions of fans, all wanting to be the one to satisfy his cravings. But like all first loves, people move on, and what was once seen as dark and stimulating is now kinda cheap. Cheesy? Slightly embarrassing? The whole incesty thing didn't really help either.
Stop it, Zero! This man, he's my older brother!
Number 6. Canon. Don't worry, we're not crapping on the pride and joy of Kyoto animation. While it too bears the burden of having an abundance of female characters with impossibly shiny eyes doing impossibly cute things, it's one of the better examples of its subgenre.
ほらここ、昔ゆういちと一緒に猫拾った公園。
ああ、猫?
And as a result makes the version Toei released 4 years prior completely pointless.
ゆういち、一緒に行ってくれるって言ったよね。
Seriously, it offers up nothing new other than shoddier animation quality, especially when it comes to the derpy faces. Best stick with its more celebrated successor.
バカね。
みさか、俺も欲しいな、手編みのマフラー。
自分で編めば。
冷てー。
Number 5. Fate Stay Night. Sometimes you stumble at the first hurdle, and other times you fall flat on your face. Before the likes of Ufotable came along and endeavored to adapt the majority of the Fate vs. multitude of stories, Studio Didnt took a stab at it, and the results were, well, not great.
I am Saber, your servant. I have come in response to your summons.
Sure, it introduced Saber and is to date the only adaptation of the Fate roots, but the quality has severely degraded over time. The CGI dragon, a lack of canonical threesomes, we demand a do-over. Number 4, Dragon Ball Z Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan. While fans will always have a soft spot for the flick that introduced Broly, this particular incarnation has since been rendered obsolete thanks to his reintroduction into the canon via Dragon Ball Super, which turned a mindless rage monster into a layered character.
And what was that supposed to be, Goku?
Plus, the animation was fire. We can't exactly say the same for the original, which just paints Broly as another hulking villain for Goku to overcome, along with a much sillier origin. Go Super or go home.
I am not gonna let you get away with this!
Number 3, Duel Masters. While there's certainly enough room for a multitude of card game anime, looking back, this one didn't exactly raise the bar, especially in the shadow of the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise.
Did I ever tell you I once lost a duel to a kid in a chicken suit?
What?
It's not even the overabundance of CGI or paper characters that we have a problem with, rather it's the now infamous dub.
No, I told you. We'll let our hearts guide us.
It might have been funny way back when, but these days all anime fans remember about this series is the annoying fourth wall breaks and cringy jokes that come at the expense of whatever story was left.
Look into my white vacuous eyes, boy!
Number 2, Speed Racer. Nostalgia can only do so much, and unfortunately Speed Racer's dated animation is way too far in the rearview mirror for us to recommend.
He's going over a cliff!
While we're sure it did wonders to bring more attention to the medium, the eternal meme status of its dub, along with the borderline painful quality of its animation, takes a lot of the shine off any potential enjoyment. We would say this should get another shot at a reboot, but the last time that happened, Hollywood did its thing and not everyone was a fan.
You must not be in the race.
I will be, and I can beat you, I'll prove it.
Number 1, Elfen Lied. While it undoubtedly has some of the bloodiest content and most disturbing deaths of any anime of its generation, there's just one thing that holds Lucy and her vendetta back from being regarded as one of the all-time greats. The whole thing is saturated in melodrama with enough edginess to cut yourself on.
Just think of it, Lucy. Don't you think it's brilliant?
Along with an anime original ending that left Lucy's ultimate fate up in the air, the way the series lathers itself with so much forced trauma is borderline exhausting. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.